Crimson Desert is a game filled to the brim with secrets, mysteries, and man-eating mushrooms. Ugh. I've covered the Ator Remains mystery, various giant skeleton mysteries, and the creepiest haunted places, but I found something recently that has potentially big, massive implications on the future of this game. I don't want to be that guy, but you're going to have to wait and watch the whole video to find out what's truly going on here. There's some crazy stuff. There still isn't a lot of lore or information on YouTube or online in general about Crimson Desert. Most of it is just kind of like, wow guys, where to find Richard Hammond's ice longsword? So the best source of interesting findings is from, well, us. Looking through Reddit the other day, I saw a post about an out-of-bounds area of the game that's extremely cool and even has maybe some NPCs there that are completely inaccessible to the player. It's kind of weird, right? So I marked the location on my map and headed on a great journey to quench my thirst for some cool shit. I endured blistering winds and scorching deserts. I climbed the highest bloody mountains of the crimsonest bloody deserts. And what do I find? Well, I find an outpost on the top of a cliffside deep in the desert, appearing almost like a mirage across the shifting sands. This collection of old buildings holds many secrets. Now, wandering up to this place, we can see it seems to be an old ruined town of some kind, maybe from a long ago desert civilization. However, upon closer inspection with the free cam, we can see some new tenants have actually moved in. These people look completely weird to me. I didn't recognize who it was at first, who they were. You can see they're wearing dark striped outfits with kind of like East Asian inspired hats, and they're armed to the teeth. And as I said before, this section of the map is completely inaccessible. Going anywhere near this place will trigger the 30-second countdown, and it will respawn you when it hits 0. So at first, I got as close as possible, did some kind of high jumps to see as much as the outpost that I could see. Then I paused the game and switched to the free cam. This stops the countdown and allows slightly more range of movement in a smaller radius around you. Now from this, we can see more of the buildings and its potentially hostile inhabitants. This initial look revealed a lot more NPCs and campfires and flags. We've got a few barricades over there, some tents in the back. These guys have fully taken over, and you know, it looks like they're not messing about. I wanted to see more and explore around close up. And I also wanted to see if these NPCs were frozen, if they're kind of just like pictures, or if they actually could move around and interact with you. I decided to do multiple runs into the place, getting as far as I could within that 30-second countdown. Now, something really quite crazy is when you're in the countdown in the desert, the whole world is covered in a huge sandstorm. But the screen also turns like this horrific, hellish red color, making it feel like you're running into the plains of oblivion. The first run revealed these people are, yes, they are actually very hostile and will attack you and try and kill you. Examining them closer, you can definitely see that East Asian inspired, almost witch, like culty look that they've got going on. I mean, look at how scary this bloke is. An iron mask maybe fused to his face. Very creepy, very intimidating. I don't like him. Exploring this area on free cam in this lighting is insane. Everything looked and felt like you were looking through Satan's living room, and all his horrible mates were just chilling around watching TV. This huge monolithic building interested me, but it seemed empty. It doesn't look like there's any loot around either. You can actually fight and kill these enemies, although you are slowed due to the sands of time effect that's going on. It kicked me out after the time was up, but I wasn't done just yet. I wanted to get deeper in there. That's what he said. On the second run, I climbed up to this solitary tower on the cliffside, hoping that maybe you can get inside and find more creepy stuff. Check out this cool Stranger Things shot here, very ominous, very cool. The tower was unfortunately inaccessible, although we can see a little bit inside, but there doesn't seem to be much going on. On the third run, I tried to get some loot from one of the enemies. Killing him actually triggered a looting opportunity. It flashed up there, but it refused to let me take it. I held the button down, but nothing happened. However, what it did give us is a knowledge entry about who these guys actually are. I did go back in to try and loot some more of these guys before I timed out, and it just wouldn't let me. So I thought I'd find the lore entry that we just unlocked, and I thought we'd find it in the Crimson Desert tag. Maybe it will be some kind of new desert enemy type. But it wasn't there. And it was actually under the, I hope this is right, I've never actually said this out loud. Is it Delesia? It's under the Delesia tab, and it unlocked the file for the Wyvern Flames. The information reads,
an unidentified group
that seized the fort Windridge.
They are lawless outsiders who suddenly appeared
in Dewhaven one day. They wear clothing from distant foreign lands, and they massacre residents or enslave them. They command several wyverns, and their numbers
are threatening enough to bring down any fortress.
Okay, so these guys are the real deal then. Dragon riders from distant lands that have taken over a fort to the south. But that doesn't really explain what they're doing all the way up here in the middle of nowhere. On my last couple of runs for this area, I tried again to get as far as I could and find anything different. But the sheer number of these guys and the fact that you're slowed down meant that I could only get some cool action shots, a better overhead view of the landscape, and a trip around the monolith. However, whilst spinning the camera around to look at the beautiful landscapes, I saw this. Ooh, what's this then? A bigger fort sits just to the right of this one, somewhat obscured from view. Target very much bloody quiet. So this place was an absolute nightmare to get to. The whole surrounding area is covered in this massive radius of the out-of-bounds perimeters. I tried to jet my horse over there as fast as I could, but the little bastard wasn't having it, was he? Turn you into a freaking lasagna. Fortunately, I found this ledge and a bit of a higher rock that I could jump up onto and then glide over. The first attempt didn't go so well. The second try was much better, and I managed to get over there right next to the sort of right side wall with seconds to spare. I loaded up the camera and was able to get over the wall and into the fort. Now inside there was fully furnished rooms with chests, beds, there was an outside work areas all over the place, archery spots there, it's pretty cool, and then this weird giant ominous pit in the very center, which was pretty creepy honestly. There was like legitimately fully stocked shops, or what I presume is a shop. There was more workshops, a well there in the middle, and carts with lots of various stocks in them. I also found another pit near the back of the fort. This one had a crane over it as well, but there was nothing around it and nothing inside the actual pit itself, apart from this kind of like wood, maybe logs at the bottom. I don't know. My next attempt at infiltrating this fort was aimed at the left side wall, which took a few goes, but eventually I reached it with a second to spare. On this side, weirdly, there was some animals running around. Little fatheads there. Look at him there. Inside was what looked like a jail, similar to the one in Pywel or the city in Hanand. I can't remember what it's called. There was also a room close to the jail, and perhaps most interestingly, there's blood splatters on the walls surrounding this area everywhere. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure what to make of that exactly. But I think, honestly, out of everything that we've talked about today, the most interesting discovery that I've made was during the final run. It was the fact that if you check out some of the banners hanging around the various towers, you can find this. They have Greymane symbols on there. Okay, this is interesting. Now, this is potentially spoilers for post-launch content. Both of these places, the Wyvern Flame Camp and maybe this new Greymane Fort, are going to be part of some expansion storyline in the desert. That's what I think. However, the blood stains and the giant pits in this fort give me a very strange vibe. I really don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Will there be an attack on this fort when you're in there? I don't know. Will the fort already have, been in distress, being attacked, and we have to come in and sort it all out? So many questions. I don't know. All of it is very cool though. There's probably things that I've missed that I can't even get too far in to find it. So you're gonna have to look at this place yourself and report back. What do you make of all this? What do you think is happening? What do you think it's going to be? What do you think there's going to be a DLC out here or an expansion of some kind? They're going to open the map up, and this fort is going to be a Greymane outpost like the camp we have. What do you make of the Wyvern Flames out here in the middle of nowhere? It doesn't seem like they're anywhere else in the desert. I mean, I've not checked every corner of the bloody sand. It's that's quite an ask. But let me know if you've seen any more of these guys anywhere, because I've not actually gone into the down south area and fought these guys yet. I don't know how many there are, whether they're just in that fort or not. But I just think it's interesting either way. Either way, it's very interesting, kind of spooky. But yeah, let me know. Talk to me about it. Talk to everybody about it. This is how we're going to find out about the lore and all the future stuff for this game. It's up to us to find this and talk about it. But thanks very, very much for watching. If you liked this video, if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and a hype, because they will take it to the next level. Get it out there, get it seen. Consider subscribing. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.